Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Guidebook Greenroom. And it's been a minute since we sat down, and yeah, it feels like a little while ago since we wrapped up our event planner mini series and took a little break. It is summer after all, and kind of had a sort of second just to think about, what we're going to do next and what we want to talk about. And actually, we've got some great stuff. But firstly, Gulnaar, it's good to be back. Did you enjoy your couple of Fridays away from me? What's going on?
It was great, especially not having to see you. No, I'm just kidding. It's been a really busy few weeks around here. I also took vacation for summer break. And I'm thrilled to be back and just kind of catch up with you and kind of get back into it. Guidebook was busy while we were gone. At the end of June, we launched a major update to Guidebook registration. We now support paid events.
Let's go. Big update. And I am excited that we're back here in the green room and we've got this to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And look, this is a huge update for Guidebook. Paid ticketing, there's a lot to get into, and it is worth our next mini series. So here we go again. Maybe this is what we do now, just mini series. But today's episode, we just want to give a bit of a brief overview of functionality, kind of talk a little bit more about what this is and the why. Next week, we're going to sit down with our co-president of sales and marketing to really get into the why. And then the following week, we're going to hear from our other co-president of technology for the how. So excited to have some guests coming in, quite senior guests, and they should have all the answers really, so we can fire a lot of good questions at them.
Yep, as senior as it gets. I'm looking forward to hearing those perspectives, especially kind of the executive decision-making behind these strategic shifts. And we don't really usually have engineers in here. Like Guidebook Greenroom guests have typically been clients or like salespeople or other marketing people. So I'm really excited to kind of get into the nitty-gritty behind it a little bit more than we normally do. But for today, that's all coming soon. For today, let's just do a quick overview of like what Guidebook registration is all about. So you can build a website with your custom branding colors for free. You can offer tickets, and you can customize registration forms. And that's really, really simplifying it. But that's what registration is really about, right? Enticing your audience and converting them to registrants. With our latest iteration, we're just giving everybody more. You can have multiple ticket types at different tiers, or maybe you have tickets for programming on different days, or just whatever your event might look like. And then most importantly, you can set prices, right? I mentioned paid ticketing. So thanks to a custom integration we have built with Stripe, we now have that payment processing piece in place. I'm really, really excited about it. I think this fits in so well with what Guidebook's trying to do, where we help our clients create incredible experiences for their users, right? So with registration, folks can create these experiences with plenty of options and price points to serve their audiences.
Yeah, and I think it's a really important time to be doing this. We're not naive to the fact that event budgets they're getting tighter, and event planners have always been asked to do a lot with less resources, and they are used to that. But inflation, everything else that's happened, that has been squeezed a little bit more than probably the normal amount, and planners are under real pressure to maximize revenue. And on top of that, no one wants to see a dip in event experience. No one wants to see a dip in event attendance and all of that good stuff. So I think for us, it's super important to be able to offer our customers an integrated paid ticketing option. And look, paid ticketing is great. It means that you're collecting money, and we want to help our clients do just that, but also there's way much more to it. It's about creating a seamless attendee journey. If you go from utilizing our event marketing website, our paid ticketing, our mobile, it's going to be a much better experience for your end users. It's going to help maximize conversion because you're making that process frictionless. So when you think of conversion, don't just think about revenue ticket conversion, but we're also talking about app adoption and how people convert from, it's going to be easier to kind of just move people along that journey. and the attendee is going to feel better for it. So that we want to give organizers more tools to be able to do their job and to do their job better and to have less headaches around their tech stack as they're doing it. And I feel excited that we're giving them less systems to work with.
Right, absolutely. That's the biggest complaint we would hear from folks is, I'm using this system for this piece, this system for this piece, and then I'm doing email, and then I'm doing spreadsheets, and then I've got paper. So we really want to unify it, right, and help people get the right offerings in front of the right audiences. Because while you as an event organizer are doing a million different things, you also have a diverse client base that you're trying to serve, right? So we just want to make everything as simple and easy as possible while still being like feature rich, professional, high caliber. And just to kind of build off that idea, in addition to the different ticket types, we also added ticket groups. And what does that even mean? So with ticket groups, you can visually organize your registration page. Like maybe you put those early bird tickets together in kind of a folder, like a subheading. Maybe you put your sponsor packages together. If you have student presenters, or if you have, whoever those different people are that are all part of your community, you can help them find the thing for them on your registration page with just a little bit of structure. And then going further, those ticket groups are really powerful. You can use them to set up multiple registration websites for one event. So maybe the sponsor packages live on their own dedicated web page, separate from your attendee offerings, right? Just making it really, really clear, like, if I'm coming to your registration page and I'm considering attending an event, I'm looking for me. Where am I? Do I belong? Am I a part of this community? Do I see myself in your offerings? And I think that's so critical at the registration stage, because that can be a first impression before you even get to the event.
Yeah, absolutely. And that first impression is so important. And, we sort of spoke about it earlier. It's like, how do you create frictionless experiences? But also, it's not just about processing payments. It's really about giving the event planner the tools to create and think more strategically about their sign up process, their revenue generation process and conversion, and think about the experience for different categories of attendees. And that it is different for your paid attendees, your speakers, your students, your sponsors. You might have marketing partners who get a sort of different ticketing type. And I think just being able to kind of group them, give them their own experience, I think is really important. And I'm excited to see how people use this tool. And really, we're hearing more and more about registration for paid events and the changes that have happened in a post-COVID world. Early bird is something that used to be a really robust strategy for me when I was organizing events, and was really part of the playbook for so many years. And post-COVID, right, people are signing up later. We're seeing people think about events in a different way and how they attend and how they register. So what will be interesting is that the ability to gather the data that we can give people, and we'll also see it as a tool and a technology of like, how is the market changing, and how can we think about supporting that? Because I think that is a missing piece. Like, if you go on LinkedIn at the moment, everyone's sort of talking about like registration is changing, as in the behaviors around registration is changing. So what will technology do to kind of support that? And I think that's pretty exciting. But for now, right, it's all about event planners need control and they need flexibility, and they can really hone in on who's signing up for what, making the planners follow-up communications better. They can have more data in front of them, and then really it's like personalization, right? If you can group things, if you can see things in certain subsets, you can create a more personalized experience. And again, what we spoke about is like, as people move through the funnel, you want them to feel good. You want them to feel like you're talking to them, and you can do that in this way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think kind of an undercurrent throughout all of this is, so what, right? Like, we're adding this functionality. So what are you going to do with it? We're giving you this data. Okay, so what are you doing with that as an event planner, and like the logistics, the personalization piece? I'm so excited, like you said, to see how people make use of the tool. And I'm so excited for kind of the market opportunity that we're jumping into, because we're seeing all these conversations. here's the reality or the challenge that we're facing. So what? What tools are you going to use to tackle it? How are you going to continue to deliver incredible experiences for your communities? And how can we help, right? How can we boost you from behind the scenes? So thanks as always. It's always fun to catch up with you and just chat about what's going on with Guidebook and what's going on in the world. And for today, these are the major components of Guidebook registration that I wanted to touch on. There is a handful of enhancements we've added in addition. We could talk forever about all the things that are in there. So for those of you listening in, if you want to learn more, reach out to us or just get into Builder. Go to guidebook.com and just hop in and start exploring. And we'd love to hear from you, kind of what's working for you, what you're looking for, all that stuff.
Absolutely, and we'll post the link below so you can go into Builder and have a play around, because I think, yeah, go and try it out and go and have a go at building a ticket and thinking about your own events and how it might work for you. But look, it's good to be back. We're back next week. As we mentioned, we've got our co-president of sales and marketing coming to talk to us a bit more about the why. And we're excited to get more into this series. But for now, Gulnaar, it is good to see you again. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the conversation around our registration platform.
Happy Friday. I'll see you next time.